I don't know if y'all have heard, but allegedly, Wendy Williams is already gearing up to take back her throne on daytime TV, following Sherri Shepherd's cancellation.
For all of us here at Sherri, and I know that you have seen the news, and I'm ready to address it. Our show has not been renewed for another season. And I wanna say to y'all, everybody, y'all try not to faint or fall out, because healthcare is expensive and none of us have it anymore. So y'all.
Now, based on reports, producers are already eyeing Wendy and are in talks with her for a return in 2026, as she's set to be free from her conservatorship as early as next month. But what you might not know is, this Sherri cancellation may be deeper than Wendy just allegedly taking her spot back.
Those people don't understand when we are in power, the battles we gotta fight that you will never know.
Guys, what is really going on here? Why is Miss Sherri so emotional? See, that's exactly what we are gonna try and figure out. Okay, y'all know that people had been suspecting for a while that Sherri was getting canceled, and eventually it was confirmed when they said in a statement, Sherri will continue as planned with the series airing its final episodes in the fall. This decision is driven by the evolving daytime television landscape and does not reflect on the strength of the show, its production, which has found strong creative momentum this season, or the incredibly talented Sherri Shepherd. We believe in this show and in Sherri, and intend to explore alternatives for it on other platforms. Well, that was the official statement, but if there's something we've learned about this industry, baby, it's never that simple, especially since the show was doing well and was not losing any money. So what really was the issue? First of all, the fact that people learned about the cancellation from an article was a bit sus. I mean, this is a talk show with a host who is on air every day, and a lot of people felt that the show's cancellation should have come from Sherri Shepherd herself. She should have been given the opportunity, just like Kelly Clarkson got to announce her show's end earlier the same day that Sherri's end was revealed. Well, the other reason why people think there's more going on is because of that emotional breakdown that Sherri had when she was talking about Tyra's America's Next Top Model. Of course, I'm sure y'all saw that Netflix released a TV show, and they should probably have called it Surviving Tyra Banks, because the entire show was about all the antics that went on with America's Next Top Model. See, Tyra was canceled before in 2020, and it's like they revived Tyra Banks all over again just to cancel her again. And Sherri Shepherd's show was an integral part of the entire conversation, because Sherri actually had the other judges that were on the TV show at the time come to her platform. However, even before this, Sherri had defended Tyra, talking about how when Tyra pitched the show, she was trying to navigate the industry as a young Black woman, and it was hard. Her argument was that Tyra fought battles to keep the show inclusive, pushing for a diverse cast including Black, Latina, and plus-sized women, even when industry standards were different. Then she talked about the absence of social media at the time to hold people accountable, and the lack of intimacy coaches or therapists for contestants. She also credited Tyra's long game for paving the way for diverse individuals like Isis King, the transgender model, and Winnie Harlow, the model with vitiligo, to be accepted in later seasons. Now, as much as Sherri said that Tyra needs to be held accountable because the show honestly treated people badly, Sherri emotionally said that it was a different time back then, and y'all don't understand what it takes to stay on air.
To keep a show on the air, there are things that we have to do that people will tell us, if you want to stay on the air, this is what you got to do. And we got to weigh the options. And sometimes we make bad decisions and we look up and we go, in hindsight, maybe I should not have done it, but I just want to open the door and give a platform to people who look like me.
Okay, when you listen to what Sherri is saying, it actually makes sense. But in light of her show being canceled, people are saying that if you listen again, you will realize that there's something more going on. I mean, she's talking about how we have no idea what people like her go through, and how people like her are always put in positions to weigh what's good for them. It's like she's subtly trying to say that she's being pushed out of her position as a talk show host. Actually, there are those who believe that the real reason why Sherri was canceled is because she refused to play the game. They believe that they canceled Sherri's show because she brings nothing but positivity, and this world likes drama and toxic things. But that's not all, guys. See, after a bit of digging, I also came across teas saying that the split was not amicable, as Sherri was expecting a big pay increase and had already made demands for changes she wanted made to the show. Apparently, she wanted to film less and get paid more, meaning she wanted to cram more shows into a single taping so she could pursue acting interests. Allegedly, the relationship with Sherri and Debmar Mercury soured sometime last year, and despite the show having good ratings and a revenue surplus, Sherri's contract was intentionally canceled. Based on reports, Sherri was blindsided and is very hurt because she did not see this coming, as she was hoping for a years-long renewal and pay increase for season 5. Cue Wendy Williams, guys, because this is where she comes in. Allegedly, Debmar Mercury made a choice to bring Wendy back to daytime due to popular demand, and since Wendy is doing much better, she may be fit to return to TV full-time. Yes, it's true that Sherri's ratings have been fine, and the show was not losing money, but data trends show Sherri was not dominating daytime the way producers hoped and was used to with Wendy Williams. And because of this, they are looking for a big revenue rejuvenation, and they know Wendy Williams will bring the heat. Apparently, rumor has it that Wendy has already picked out a beautiful penthouse apartment that is 3 floors with an elevator, so she can move from floor to floor with ease due to her lymphedema disease, which will be paid for by production. I heard there will even be a special mechanical purple chair that will glide her onto the stage every show, so Wendy does not have to walk out on stage as she still has mobility issues. The production is also allegedly pulling out other stops to ensure Wendy is taken care of, but not without stipulations. She will allegedly have 2 full-time personal drivers that she can also use outside of commuting to the show, a personal chef and life coach to help her maintain her sobriety, and Wendy, in turn, has agreed to random and scheduled testing. Allegedly, she has also secured a retroactive one-time multi-million-dollar payment from Debmar Mercury to accommodate how she was unceremoniously dismissed from her show. And y'all know that Wendy has already been doing everything to get back better and stronger, right? I mean, she already questioned why she has been under guardianship since 2022, even after recently getting a perfect score on 2 capacity tests. She has said that despite passing her mental capacity evaluation, she had to wait for a new cognitive evaluation over which her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, has some level of control. Then, in a series of interviews, Wendy expressed her desire to regain control over her finances and decisions, sparking widespread conversation about her situation. And one of the first interviews she did was, of course, the one she did with The Breakfast Club.
Said you're cognitively impaired and you're incapacitated.
Do I seem that way?
No.
You've been
God
calling,
damn it.
You've been calling me 5 times a day for the last 2 weeks. No, you don't seem that way.
How dare you, excuse me, who I naturally am is who I naturally am, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes.
And my niece knows all about that crap. I mean, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, guys, Wendy is really determined to get back out there, and her fans are super excited, and some have even said that they don't feel sorry for Sherri. The thing is, for some reason, there are people who have always believed that Sherri went behind Wendy's back and helped to steal her show and time slot. And it also didn't help that one of the first things she did after landing the show was fire Wendy's producers David Perler and Suzanne Bass. According to reports, the decision to fire the executive producers came directly from Sherri. To make matters worse, Sherri then brought John Murray on board, and within no time, he was accused of harassment. Yet this was Sherri's rock, her prayer partner, and her closest confidant. Crew members actually described a terrible work environment where John Murray's ego and temper ran the show. He reportedly belittled staff, screamed in meetings, and even made Sherri's dressing room feel like a battlefield. Apparently, after endless tension and toxic politics backstage, people were literally rejoicing when he left the show because they felt like they were freed. Staff members even said that he poisoned the room and always pushed his own agenda, dragged Sherri into the crossfire, and turned colleagues into enemies. Anywho, with Sherri also leaving, some people are just like, good riddance, bring Wendy back. Now, the only problem with this situation is that if Wendy goes back to TV, she will be forced to continue her alimony to Kevin Hunter. Remember, her clause in the divorce said that she's only obligated to pay Kevin if she's working on TV, which is why she was exploring other options like radio. But if she goes back to TV, I'm afraid she's gonna have to resume the alimony. Well, knowing Wendy, she probably has a plan up her sleeves if she's actually returning to TV. And y'all know I'm dying to know your thoughts on all of this. Do you think Sherri is intentionally being fired to bring back Wendy? Have you clocked that there's something deeper going on behind the scenes? Do you think Wendy will be going back? Sound off in the comments section below.